What up, family? Today's topic is accountability. And by accountability, I mean starting shit and kind of finishing shit. Um, Recognizing that, you know, it's basically yourself. Whatever's going on with you, yes, there's always outside factors for what's going on, but the overall thing is we gotta hold ourselves accountable. A lot of the situations that we're in, a lot of the situations that, we're going through, we have to hold ourselves accountable. Every day we make decisions to either hold ourselves accountable in small ways or in larger ways. That's kind of what Progression Per Day is about, taking one thing each day and holding yourself accountable. Finishing one thing per day that adds up to your overall success. Small ways to hold yourself accountable. We can talk about diets. We can talk about reading, several challenges that people come up with all the time. We can talk about workout plans. We can talk about employment goals. I want to tackle this certain certification by this amount of time. It could be with family. I want to communicate with my family once a week for this such and such time, or once a week for forever, or something like that. Those are small accountability goals. Large accountability goals would be like relationships, private relationships, spouses, again, family. Larger could be work goals, employment goals. You're starting out in this position, you want to end up at this position. We can talk about school. We can talk about finishing school. We can talk about getting into school. It takes certain certifications to get into school sometimes, so you can hold yourself accountable for accomplishing those things. Not only, let's talk about your immediate family. There should be accountability in that, what you do every day, but then there should also be accountability in your distant family as well. Do you guys speak to each other? Do you guys see each other? Do you guys talk to each other? These are all things that we deal with holding ourselves accountable every single day. And it's funny because, we have those large things, relationships, work, school, outside relationships. But then we also have those small things, the diets, the reading, the workout plans, the, employment, right? Those small things that we do every single day are going to determine what those larger accountabilities look like, right? And by that I could say, if you're doing your 6-week workout plan, and you're sticking to that workout, that could hold you accountable in your relationship. Maybe you're bringing the positiveness home from you accomplishing your workouts and things like that. That's going to help you and your partner, right? It's either going to allow them to hold themselves accountable because they see you holding yourself accountable every single day. Like, the last thing you want to do is be in a relationship with someone who's holding themselves accountable, because then you feel like you can't keep up. So your accountability that you're tackling every single day, small accountability by, sticking to your workout plan and finishing this, it's going to hold accountability in your larger life, in your personal life, at home, with your relationship, with your spouse, maybe with your kids. Maybe that accountability that you hold there, that energy that you get there, is going to help you, be more accountable for your kids. It's going to help you to physically want to feed them the right foods. It's going to help you to physically be able to move with them, hold them, and help them out in the ways that you need to, right? Holding yourself accountable by reading books. You're reading these books, you're holding yourself accountable for 30 minutes every single day. It's going to be nothing when it comes time to, go to school or finish this class. Or if you're at work, we have to do several trainings, right? Well, if you're used to reading for 30 minutes a day on your own, holding yourself accountable, then when it comes time to reading for work, doing this 30-minute training, it's not going to bother you. I know people today who never read at home. And so if their work asks them to do this packet or to read this, then they're going to go crazy. Right? But if you hold yourself accountable to small things like reading every once in a while, every day, or every other day, or even twice a week, then when you have to do things like that in your larger work goal, because that's holding yourself accountable on a larger scale at work. We have to do trainings to keep our position, right? So you have to hold yourself accountable by reading, by doing those things that the training asks of you, right? And it's only going to be that much easier if you've already instilled those type of things in your personal life and in yourself, right? So let's talk about school, finishing school, holding yourself accountable. Like we said, that reading, right? Going to bed at the right time. That's a small thing, holding yourself accountable. Okay, I want to be to bed by 11 o'clock, Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday, right? So when it comes time to go to school, you're already in the habit of going to sleep early, holding yourself accountable for going to bed at the right time, and it's going to help you with your school, right? So the small ways that we hold ourselves accountable every single day are going to translate into those larger ways of holding ourselves accountable in, our everyday life, relationships, work, school, family, things like that. Progression per day, a big thing is holding yourself accountable for the small things every single day, so that when it's time to accomplish that huge goal, we've already set ourselves up, right? So accountability is a very, very big part of your progress. They kind of go one in hand. It's crazy because your accountability kind of like controls everything. Like, are you holding yourself accountable? It doesn't matter about anyone else. So the larger accountabilities that we talked about, relationships, work, school, and family, that's kind of, that's other people holding you accountable. And so the only way that you can really work in other people holding you accountable is if you hold yourself accountable. And that's going to come in those smaller things, the diets, the readings, the workout, and the employment goals that you set for yourself as well, right? It's all about starting something and then finishing strong. That's what accountability is. Again, that's what progression per day is. You start whatever it is you want to do, but then you're holding yourself accountable and you're finishing that through, seeing that through. The crazy part is, like during this COVID thing, it's kind of forced a lot of us to, hold ourselves accountable. Eating the right way. We can't just go out and fucking just sit at a restaurant and get hammered plastered like we used to. So if you're going to do that, do it at home. But then if you do it at home, you're affecting other parts of your accountability. So it's like, hey, those small ways of keeping yourself accountable every single day, minimize the distractions. Distractions take away from your accountability. But we got this, as always. The only way to progress is to understand what's going on. And sometimes understanding is just understanding that, I'm not holding myself accountable for the things that I want, and I have to be better. So as always, I thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Like, subscribe, and share. We want to help as many people as we can. We want as many people as we can to hold themselves accountable so they can be the best them that they can be, right? Progression per day. We're all about just getting better every single day, holding ourselves accountable every single day. If we do it today, we can do it tomorrow. And if we do it tomorrow, we can do it next week. I love all you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Stay accountable.